Gentlemen, so what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be making some construction drawings from this job. First thing that we're going to do, File, we're going to go New Drawing from Design, open this tab here, make sure it's ISO from scratch, our template, millimeters, it's A3, we go OK. That's going to take us to here, and we can see our job, so we want to put our job on a bit of an angle like so. So it's all about finding the right way to put your job, so we'll put it like that. So this one here is going to be just a cover page, so we want it to be a bit bigger than what my other ones will be like. Click on that. I'm just going to delete this text box. So this is called a title box. I'm just going to click on it like so and delete, and move this down, put that there. Now if I double click this, I can turn the shade back on like so. I'll close, and that's my storage box, my bedside table right there. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to save this. Save as completed bedside table drawing. We go save. I'm going to go quick add, and I'm just going to click on my projected view. So I've got my front view there. So I'm going to do an orthographical drawing right now. So I want to do a few separate views of it. So I've got a side view, got a top view, and I got an isometric. So this is called an orthogonal drawing. So orthogonal drawing, we've got our front, side, top, and our isometric. So this allows for all of our three views, and I'm going to save that as well. So in this first sketch I've got these two. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my start, and I'm going to need to do each separate component. So a good way to do it is to start from the top, and we're going to work our way down. So this is going to take a little while. I'm going to go New Drawing from Design, so back left leg. I'm going to keep the title box. So I've got front, got my projected view, I've got side, got top, and then I've got our isometric view there. I'm going to press escape. Go in a little bit. So what I can do, what's on at the moment, they've got construction lines on. We don't really want to have our visible lines on, we just want to have our normal, so we can just see what we need to do. If I turn, everything works from here, so I must turn my scale up. So I'm going to turn my scale to about 8, so just to make it look a little bit bigger, and I'll go close. Just close this over here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to do dimensions. So these dimensions are important because it shows you how wide material is and how big it should be. Now, when you're doing your measurements, you never double anything up, so you don't mark it twice. Realistically, you should be using the whole. You should be using all three views to figure out the measurements of everything. So I want to click on the center there, and I'm going to click there, and then that'll tell me that's 35. Go from there to there, that's 140. And if I want to do our center marks, so we can do radius diameters. So if I click on this, dimensions, radius, and we drag it out like so. Radius of 0.4, or if we don't want to have radius, we can have diameter. and it says the diameter is 8, which we can put in there too. Now we should have a dimension for saying how long my leg is, and be sure to do it on the side that doesn't have the taper. Okay, and then we also want to do one from here to here, so it shows you the width, because you'd be able to tell that my job up here is 42, so that makes you assume that you're taking 10 mils off there. And then we also want to do one down here as well, just to show that it's doubling the sides up. As you can see, some of the measurements overlap, which we don't want. So what I'll have to do is I'll get rid of this 9mm one. And for now I'll get rid of that again, and I'll redraw it with the dimensions. And it's also a good idea to potentially get rid of maybe this 100mm, and we put it on the other side, like so. And I also want to do my 5mm, so I might have to just move where my 5mm is going to sit, so we'll sit that like that, just so we can see that it's all like so. I can come back up here, and I might do, I don't need to have another 45 there because that's perfect. What we're going to do next is we're going to label our views. So we've got front view, making sure these are in capitals, because that's the correct way for when we are doing our drawings. It means our drawings are the code. We have front view here.
Okay.
This one we've got our front view. We'll do this here. Front view. Making sure when we're realigning it, so we need to move it a little bit so it sits in the center. As we can see, I need to bring it up a little bit because I need to have that there above, and then do this one vertically under, side view. I'm just going to change my creator name, like so. My title is Bedside, should be all lowercase, Bedside Table. Okay, and then title 2 is going to be back right leg. There we go, okay, and we save that. And I go save. Save. Now I'm going to go back to my job, open this up, so I've done my back right. So now I'm going to do my back rail with dowels. I'm going to do new drawing from design. Now, as we can see, the front isn't what I want it to be, so I can kind of change the front around. So I can do maybe the top, because I quite like that more as my front. And then top view, and then my isometric one in the corner, escape. So you should try and get all the scales the same. Drag it in a little bit, drag it up a little bit. Do our dimensions again. Long one this way, 140. Be worth doing the thickness as well. 8 mils, 19 mils there. Potentially also do the length of the dowels coming out. On this one, I can do the radius, the diameter. We could also do the so that's 31 mils to there. But it might be a better idea if we did it like so. If that when I was marking it out, I actually did it from this angle. Did it from the center and did it to there, as that wouldn't be as confusing. It just tells you where the middle bit is. Now what I want to do is my text boxes. So top, making sure it's capitals, top, view, front view, side view. I zoom into my box. So I'm just going to copy that, paste that in there. Bedside table. Name. Okay. Save. And we'll save that there. Okay, that's the second one we've done. That should reappear just there. Now, let's do our back right leg. New drawing from design. Put that leg there. It's 1 to 10. Let's make it 1 to 5. Or 1 to 8 actually. Scale, a little bit bigger. We want to do all of our views. Side, top, isometric. Okay, if we have a look at that, that's not really sitting how it should sit. So as we can see, we've got our construction lines on, so we're going to turn those off just to make it a little bit easier to look at. But then at the same time, we can see that this one, I can't see the holes in there properly. So we might have to turn it around so I can actually see all the holes in there. And that one's probably the best one for us, because then I can see the dowel holes and I can see the mortise there. Do dimensions. Dimension my top again. Bring it in. We probably won't have to do the 42s on top anymore. And show people that that's 140. That's 100. That's 5. That's 9. And then for this one, I'll do from center to the outside. And we'll also do a dimension. So I might have to do a diameter one there. Like so. We want to make it look a little bit cleaner if we can. Which is good. And we also want one of the actual leg. How just have it in line just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Do our dimensions down the bottom. As I said, you don't generally double up on dimensions, but I think it's a good idea in this instance because it's a tapered edge. This is our front view. Side view. And we've got our top view up here. We're just going to go to our drawing now, copy and paste that, put in our second title block. Now we're going to write bedside table here. And I'm going to go OK. And we will save. Now I'm going to also do my other leg. I'm going to do my two front legs. So we'll do all of my legs first. Front view. Might do is 0.8. That's what we're doing for everything else. Okay, and we'll turn off the construction lines. Let's put that down there. Let's get it over and done with. Put in my dimensions. Put 30 there. Might be also a good idea just to, I might get rid of that one. It might be a good idea just to show 5 mils, 10 mils, just from the lines. Because up here what I'll do is the thickness, 19, 10, 19. We'll show that that's 140 down. Over here, we'll do the dimensions like so. 625. You do your internal, 100. There. 20. Click on dimensions again. I see that, it's a bit hard to read that, which is alright. Do this one here instead maybe. Even those dimensions are a little bit harder to read, so I'll just lower that a little bit. But we should be able to take that off some of our other drawings. So the 4 mils. Put in my text boxes now, so this front view. put our side view here. And we put our top view. And we'll save that one now. Save. Okay, that's our left leg. I'm going to go back to my show data. I'll do my front right leg now. New drawing from design. Go to drawing view, turn the visible edges off. Put this one here. Also make sure it's 8, 1:8 scale. That's what I've done for all the others. Do dimensions. .42 wide. We're also going to do from here to there, 30. Show that that's 15.5. We'll get rid of this 42 one again. I don't think it's needed. Just going to pan down. Go this down here. I'll show the 10 mils is there. So notice, gents, how I'm kind of working around my drawing to show you where the different aspects are, just to make it a little bit easier for you. So we can see that looks a little bit cluttered, so how about we move that, and that I put the 140 on this side, and I put the 19 mils on this side, and on this one here. As we can see, we actually can't see the housing joint here, which is actually what we need to see. So what I'm going to have to do, get my drawing view open, and I'm actually going to have to, which is quite annoying, I'm going to have to double click on this one, and I might have to go bottom, well, not bottom, sorry, I'll have to go back. I can see it on that side, so, but I want to be able to see, there we go, close. So I'm going to have to just redo all my drawing again, marking out, because I didn't check it properly, but I've got my housing joint there, got my dovetail, and I've got my stopped housing there. So I'll just redo those drawings quickly. It actually probably works out a little bit better that way, because I'm able to do something like that. Put my dimensions. Pull that out. Got our 9. Got our 5. Got our 19. And I'll do my one down the bottom, or this on the side actually, which is like so. I'll actually do my view now as well, front view. Do this one like so. I'm going to show you that's a 19. It's 20. dimension down the bottom to show that this is 32. And then I'll do my side view. And I'll add it up here. Front view. Go across. Set, copy and paste this. We'll delete that. We'll write in bedside table. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to save that. Okay, we're going to save that as front right leg drawing, and we'll go save. Now we've done all four of our legs. We've done our back rail. So what we'll do now, we'll do the tenon. New drawing from design. And what I'll do, I'll just insert it in. I'll make this one a little bit bigger to make sure it looks okay. So we want to keep it, we've got 0.5 for this one. And I just want to be able to see the front angle, so we might just flip that around to back or bottom. So that's a little bit better, so we can see it properly. We want to have our multiple views like we have before, so isometric, got our side view. Do our dimensions, so our dimensions are a little bit easier for this one. 100 mils here, 20 mils there. We can also do the width of our tenon, 5. Nine. Width of my material there. I also potentially want to do the length of my tenon. So I've done the width of my tenon. Okay, I might also do the space here. How far is it this way? Across. And that should probably be just about all, other than my length. So I want to get the overall length as well. Got 350 there. And we'll write this in as top view. Got the one down here as front view. This one as side view. And I'll just fix up my block as well. I'll just copy that, and we'll type in bedside table. Copy that in. Hit OK, and we'll just save that one. So I'm going to go back to my show panel, and I've done the whole carcass effectively now, other than my top view, my top lap dovetail piece, and I need to also do my bottom rail. So I'll do my half lap dovetail first, and then I'll do my bottom rail. Click on this base view so it shows the actual view. Got my front view there, top view, side view, isometric, dimensions. We've got 32 there. And we want to do it to this line here. Sometimes you need to zoom in a little bit more. We want to do this here. So this might be a little bit hard for people to read. So we'll just do that 5. And then we'll do the actual thickness on this one. 19. We'll do the actual length on this one. No more, because it's a little bit harder to read. This one is really where we want to do most of our dimensions for how much we're taking away. So that's 10 mils. And for, say, something like this one, so we can be able to tell, so if that's 32, and if we look at the actual width, so we need to actually have one that actually shows how wide this is. So we can see the 5 mark there, but I haven't in any of these been able to show you the actual width. So what we should do, I'll just get rid of this one, and this down here will show you the overall width of the job. So if the job's 32, you should be able to figure out that 32, so there's 5 and 5 missing either side, there's a 5 to 10 mil gap. So sometimes with these drawings you really need to make it as easy as possible, because you can't always put measurements in there nicely. So you need to have it so they can be in there as best as possible. Just do my block down here. Copy. Bedside table. Save that one there. Okay. And I'll save. Save. Now I just need to do my bottom rail. Stop housing bottom rail. Open a new drawing. My front, top, isometric, side view, dimensions, .310, it's 20, making sure that that's actually going the whole way across. It's actually 23. So I want to have this up here, making sure you know it's 3 mils. And then we also want to have one for how wide, so that's 20. We also want to have one for the depth, actually, how far it should go into the material. 15 mils. Good. Go top view. Front view. Side view. We'll zoom in over here. Stop housing joint, I'll just copy that. Paste that there. And we'll type in bedside table again. Okay. And we'll save that one. So what we've just done, we've created the whole carcass. Now we're going to start doing the drawer. So to start off with, I want to do a complete isometric of the drawer, or complete orthogonal drawing of the drawer, with just no measurements on there for the time being. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to get rid of that drawing block, and I just want to have a complete overview of the drawer with all the different views on there. So we've got our top, isometric, side. Okay, we've got all three views on there. And I'm just going to save that as completed drawer, and we'll just save that. So I want to have all three. What I'm going to do now is we're able to figure out how much each component should be. But just thinking about it, maybe we should add 1 or 2 dimensions just to make it easier for you to understand where some certain aspects go. And the dimensions of some jobs. And maybe just some material thicknesses. So these are actually very basic dimensions as opposed to what we will do for the remainder. So that's why we don't have a text box. This one here. And I'll save that one. What I'm going to do now is we will do one for the drawer front, and I'll do one for both drawer sides. So we do drawer front, new drawing. I'll insert that. So I want to have that so I can actually see it. Maybe bottom view. Yeah, bottom view should be alright. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, as you can see, the drawing lines are coming through, which I don't really want. I'll double click that, turn the shades off. Okay. Get a dimension, so dimension how wide that is. But having a look at that again, I actually want to be able to see so if we have a look, I actually want to be able to see the dovetail joints in there. So if we go there, I want to be able to see this. I want to be able to see the different measurements that I could potentially add to the dovetail joints. At 15 we might get rid of because I can bring that over here. Might do one for my groove. Might not be a good idea to do that one there. Maybe I can do it over here. About 5 mils. 22. And for the width as well. I've actually done some of the other dimensions on my material. Top view. Front view. Side view. in Bedside Table. Save that there. Save. Now I'm just going to do one of my sides because the only difference is the housing joints on the other side, and this is basically just get an understanding of how it looks. So I'm just going to do one of them. So I want to go click on here, and I might just change it to like so. Top, side, isometric, and I'll just do my dimensions. As we can see, the hidden lines are on, which we want to turn off. So this one, I want to do the thickness, width, and then where that joint is. For this, all I can really do is the 12.7 and that one there. Now with this one, I haven't marked out how wide this groove is. So I'm going to mark that out there, and then on this side, I'm basically just going to have to mark out a few things like this down here, 12.5. And I'm going to have to mark out one of them as 10 as well, so I don't have that marked out. What I want to do now is, we've got our top view, making sure it's centered. We've got our front view, making sure it's centered. And we've got our side view. Remember, copy that, control copy, type in Bedside Table, go to title block 2, enter, me, fix my name up, save, save. Now the last one we're going to do is just the top. New drawing from design. So I've got front, side, top, isometric. So most of my dimensions will probably be and I should also do the thickness of the material as well. Now I'll just do my title block. So I've got top view, front view, move this one up a little bit, side view, go to my title block here, copy, type in Bedside Table, play the top, okay, and we'll save. Now we've done all of our drawings, and what I've done, I've actually kept them in my table. So what I want to do now is I want to output them as a PDF, open PDF, and what I'll do, I'll save them somewhere. So I'm going to save them in a folder on my desktop. Let's create a new folder. Bedside Table plans, so drawings for them. I'm going to save that there. Okay, and it comes up in PDF. Now every time you do that, I just want you to close it, because what we need to do next is we're going to be collating all of these documents. So save, saves, we close that, close this one. Do the same thing here, open in PDF, save in that file, we've got everything saved in, close that one, same thing again, we've got our last two here. So what we're going to do now is, this is the drawing that we want everything in. So what we're going to be doing is, we've got all of our drawings up here, and we're able to insert pages from a file. If I click on this and I scroll all the way down, or if I scroll up to completed bedside table, I go enter, OK, and if I go up to here again, insert pages, because I know I did it from here, enter, after. Now what I want to do next is, I actually want to put it in chronological order. So I'm going to move this one all the way to the top. Okay, I'm going to organise my pages like so, so it makes it a lot easier when I'm doing it. So I have my full drawing, I have my legs. So after this one, I should have my tenon joint, because the tenon joint would be the second job I do. So I'm going to move that to the top. So slowly move it up. And then I have my other leg. I have my dowel leg here. And my other leg, because my rebate will go there. Then after that, I'm going to do my dovetail, and I'll do my housing then I'll do my drawer, and I'll have my top last. And I will save that as completed bedside table. I can close, and if I have a look, all of my sheets have been collated, and that is my bedside table.